Hi everyone, welcome back to Elevate English. Now, one of the biggest questions we get asked is about how to make notes in English and then how to convert them into essays and creative writing pieces for your exams. Well, the good news is that notes aren't a totally necessary part of success in English. Now, I'm definitely not saying that you shouldn't make notes at all. The best way to approach English is to make notes as you go along in class by writing down quotes and techniques and other things provided to you by your teachers. At the end of each topic, use those notes to write up an essay or at least a few paragraphs and get them marked by your teacher. This is because ultimately the only thing you need to memorize in English are some quotes and potentially some persuasive techniques that are commonly used by authors. So in this episode, I'm going to walk you through some easy memory techniques for learning quotes. The first technique is to use color. The very first thing I did when sitting down to memorize my quotes was highlight them. I dedicate a different color to each character or a different color to each theme that quote represented. The reason this makes memorization so much easier is twofold. Firstly, rather than just reading over your quotes with the analytical side of your brain, using color automatically engages your creative side and therefore gives you more brain power to use, which is obviously better than less. Secondly, it gives you consistency, which is the key to memorizing anything. Now, what I mean by this is that you can expect every single one of your quotes on a certain character or theme to be in green. You can have a couple of quotes for others in pink and maybe themes or something else in blue. This means that if you're stuck trying to remember a particular quote in an exam, but you obviously know what character it came from, you can immediately think, right, that quote must have been in green, which narrows down the potential pool of information and lets your brain recall that information with far more ease. The final technique I want to tell you about is recording yourself speaking quotes and listening to them back as you do other things, like going to sleep or walking to school. Firstly, recording yourself takes no time at all. Secondly, listening to your quotes in the background is a great way to reinforce them. Think about how much easier it is to memorize quotes that you've heard in a movie that you loved rather than in a book that you read. So at least now, once you've got the audio organized, you can utilize downtime to memorize. So your job for this episode is twofold. Firstly, start color coding your quotes so that you want to memorize. Once you've started that process, record yourself saying the quotes and record them in color-coded categories too. Remember, the more that you compartmentalize, the easier the process of memorization will become. Until next time, I'm Raul and you're watching Elevate English.